What's up, guys? Morning. Happy Friday. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Economic calendar. Today we got retail sales. It's going to be interesting. Bostic discusses monetary policy at 8:45. It's going to be pretty good. Industrial production, business inventories, and then University of Michigan Senate. So another pretty action-packed day of data. Overnight we had the GDP year over year for the second quarter for China and all their stuff. They came in as a negative growth 2 quarters in a row. So China is technically, by definition, in a recession. They've had the slowest growth since the COVID outbreak. You can tell based on this, not looking good. United States. Here's United States. We just need one to go down, and we are technically in a recession. See how they reacted to it. Down 2%, so I'd say that's not a positive reaction. Came out at 2,200. Initial push up fell down 2% overall. At a stop hit. Oh, that's from yesterday. Okay. Something interesting is that Bitcoin kind of had a good reaction to it. 2,200. That's what it was. 2,200. But let's see how our market's going to react. And we have a lot of data. Pretty much flat overnight. Say for safe, if we get like above 38.12, if we continue flat, we'll see. We'll see going into open. See how we look. But on the week, we did break to the downside, but we came right back in. On ES, on Q, ES is setting up for a double inside week, but it broke to downside. NQ still, I mean, this is a lot of consolidation. Let's look at this. We're been stuck in this range since middle of May. Go to the daily. It's weird because I removed all these yesterday. Okay. 37.40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 times we've held that 37.40 right here. Definitely a key level. Yesterday was like a need to bounce. You can tell we had a strong downtrend going. Yesterday was just we didn't really have that crazy of a sell-off from PPI, but we had a decent sell-off after it, and then we just recovered. Same thing, big sell-off, recovered. We sold off kind of overnight, we recovered. So, like I've been saying, all week we've been selling off, and we've been recovering. So, you just got to figure out when we're gonna start reversing. I mean, look at this hour. Where's our reversal spot right here? Key level 3740 with a doji. Strong push up. What do we have after that? I mean, use just simple. Simple. We can turn off all this. You don't need anything on your chart. We have a strong sell, a doji, which is a signal of reversal. Strong push up. What we have? Inside bar. Inside bar. Double inside bar. What do you do on a double inside bar? Let's remove these because I'm going to redo them anyways. You start your triangle. We'll have to redo that when we go on a lower time frame. So there you go. Double inside bar. We're just showing your high, low. You're making lower highs and lower lows, higher lows. There's your break. And that's really simple analysis right there. That's all you really need to do. You go at 1 hour. Go look at a 2 hour. 2 hour. What's 2 hour? An inside bar with a bottom wick. Showing a lot of buying pressure. All you had to do is take the breakout. Boom. 4 hour outside bar. Just meaning the move's coming. When you have an outside bar, it means a move is coming. You can so just simple analysis. All you gotta do sometimes just look at step back, look at the hours, look at the 2 hours, double inside bar underneath, and then you look back underneath this pivot right here, the overnight pivot where we dropped and we bounced down, up. So looking at the 1 hour, what I see right now just on simple analysis is we have from yesterday's low, we do have an uptrend. Up. But now we possibly, what I want to see is a lower low. And then if we're not able to take out these overnight session high is going to be big today, guys. So let's go ahead and start building our $7.15 data, lots. Who's talking? Bostic 845. Yes, no longer inside weak. I said 370 is key. 3800 hold. Oh, well, let's just go overnight highs. So hopefully if we do chop into open. Definitely, if we break those overnight highs, 38.12, we should continue higher. That'd be a good time to scalp a SPY call. One thing I kind of really want to watch is what kind of selling pressure we're going to have up here when we had that huge sell-off. This 1 minute candle here went down 3% or 2%. So we had a lot of selling. So I want to see what kind of selling pressure is in this wick. Let's go CPI data wick. NQ, we held that. So I have it marked up here. What do we have in this wick? NQ key level 11.5. Had that yesterday. Key level 11.5. Where was our key level yesterday? Where was our bounce? 11.5. And then we have that uptrend. This uptrend right here. We didn't get close to it yesterday. And then we have this kind of a downtrend. So move's coming. Hopefully we get a little movement before the end of the month. Last week of the month we got next week, and then the following week's huge. $11,903. Let's see. I marked that up for a reason. But the main thing is we had, look at this strong buying pressure. Are we going to fill that in? You got to step back. We are, look at our weekly. We are a balanced market right now. We are balanced. SPY. Key hold this green box. So that's where we had a nice push. We held here, beginning in July, had a nice bounce. The bounce was not a new high. So I think if we just do get a bounce, the main thing to watch is this pivot right here. If we can't make a new high, we're just going to break through here with force. VIX. Nothing looking good. Apple. Strong. 149, 150 is going to be huge. So one thing different I've been noticing with this previous pivot, kind of this low rate right here, June 17th low is is go to tweet deck. Let's find cheddar flow. Let's go. Cheddar flow. Just start looking through what they posted on flow. Like, what's this? Apple call, 100% one day. On that lows, we didn't really see these calls. Tesla calls, SPY, 1216 395 calls, Tesla calls. We didn't get this the last time. Last time the main thing was people were buying puts, buying far out puts. So that's something a little bit different on this bounce here. Could be just short term, but we'll see. Apple, okay, back to it. Apple, we're just in this trend right now. Overall, our trend was, we have to break this pivot right here. Higher lows, just looking at it, just simple. We are making higher lows. Here, lower lows, lower low, low lows. There was a one break, but we didn't drop. I was actually, so one little side note. If we go to so I don't like those pivots. Take that off. Since the beginning of the year, technically we've only created two higher highs, which was one right here where we took out that pivot, but look what happened after we did that. Big sell-off. And then the next one was here. We broke this pivot. We should have kept going down here like that. But we did create a higher high from this pivot. We did make lower low, lower low, lower low. Short term, are we going to create a lower low here? There's a higher low, but look at 2 times since the beginning of the year, we create a higher low, and look both times after that higher low here, huge sell-off. Here, huge sell-off. We haven't created a higher high yet. So if we do break above here, create a higher high, I think we're just gonna have a super strong sell-off. That's just, just simple analysis there. Higher low, lower high, lower high, lower high. No, every time. Higher high. Oh wait, people, we broke character. Our downtrend's done. That's how you figure out a downtrend is when you start making higher highs, and then boom, dropped it. Same here. Lower high, lower high, lower high. Wait, we broke that. We broke that. We're making a higher high. What happens? Drop. So just, just seems like a pattern that we got going on. So Apple, just watching that, we are small term, making higher lows and higher highs. But the main thing is that pivot right here, 150. AMD, staying strong lately. Bounced off that key level of mine. AMD, showing strength. Main thing is going to be that break above like 80. If we can break that 80 and a half, we should be able to get to 85 pretty quick. We have that big sell off, and 85 I have a 2-day supply. $76 hold. NQ futures turned red. So it looks like going into data, we are dropping. Into CPI, we pushed, then dropped. Into PPI, we kind of dropped and then pushed after PPI. So kind of I always keep that in the back of my mind too. What happens pre-data? So Amazon kind of in the middle of kind of in no man's land. Not really anything looking positive here. Google, we took a swing for next week. Definitely should have. See, if we went more into money, it would have been more risky. With lottos, I don't really like getting expensive lottos. But, we got it down here. Let me see when we got that. We got it here, this initial bounce. I mean, up 2%. We're only up like 20% on our lotto, just because we got 2,500. We need to start getting close to 23s, and it's, possibly. Just gotta. Split is Monday. I gotta see if the split Monday and actually happens Tuesday, or if it all happens on Monday. But yesterday I had 2176 demand. So if you played that demand, if you played the first time we hit 2176, you've been up 2%. Amazon, no man's land. Google split 18, 20, and 76 demand. Yeah. Meta, keep Meta on watch. Tell what happened here in Meta. trade in the box. I had this nice drop here. I mean, yesterday, caught that yesterday. Right off bat, caught that to drop. It's actually holding 157.28, which on the daily, here's our first. I don't know why. I'm just gonna remove it. Oh, that was my stop loss. Okay, we have a daily demand. Nice push up, came down. Look at that beautiful touch of it. Pushed up. In demand, we create new demand. And then you see, look at it, as soon as we hit that demand, right at opening on the 13th. Look at that. This is why you don't swing, though. This is why I don't swing. You got a daily demand, okay? So based on supply and demand, we have a demand bounce from demand, and we broke structure. So this demand is technically pretty strong for me. But look, once we hit it, we had that nice daily up, and then the next day we just dumped. So that's why I don't like swinging. So we could still bounce from here. We could break it down into a smaller time frame, see where the actual lowest demand is, see where actually we did skyrocket. I mean, possibly it should be right here. Yeah, right at the lowest. Let's turn on extended. It's a really weird bottom wick. Turn on extended, we had a nice push up from here. Came back down, so like right here is like our main, say like right here. That's our main demand, which technically was a nice little bounce yesterday. What I'm watching today is, but we got to get over yesterday's sell-off high. Meta, 5 key hold. Microsoft, I said I was not interested, but we bounced right from a demand yesterday, even after having ugly sell-off the past couple days. We just had to look at this 4-hour rally, base rally. Here, our rally base rally right here is where we had this bounce. The reason we didn't bounce strong is you can tell we did not break here. There's our kind of demand here, 245.85. So I mean, supply demand's easy, guys. Like, it's easy thing to chart. Don't overcomplicate it. Go higher time frames. Where's our daily? Look, it matches the 4-hour matches on the daily. Look at daily. You have, this is our initial demand. Base. They agreed on price for 2 days. We had a gap up. So they had a gap up and a push. They pushed 5%, okay? We came back in where we pushed 5%. We're going to push again. 10%. Take this demand off because we already tapped it. There's this demand pushed up. Look at this strong push. We come back down. What do? We push again. Main thing I'm watching with Microsoft is this former resistance support right here. Resistance on this candle, resistance on this candle. became support, 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 support. We broke down, and are we going to hold as resistance, or we could possibly break up? Yeah, there's our support. So we got 255 former support. All right, we have news coming out, so let's pause on Microsoft. That's a pretty interesting. Bottom candle, initial reactions down, so where are we going to go? What are your guys' answers? Initial moves down, guys. Where are we going to go? If you guys are watching, if you guys could hit that like button. If you guys aren't subscribed, awesome. If you guys subscribed, got some. Lately, I've been forgetting to send out my daily recap videos at night because I've been doing it at night when my son falls asleep, and then I lay into bed and I fall asleep. So let's move down. I think we might 3,800 is going to be a key spot here. Manufacturing 11.1 versus negative 1.2. I don't know how that's so much difference. Just looking for retail. Retail sales advanced June month over month 1% as 0.9 expected. So retail sales 1%, consensus 0.9. Retail sales are up. China retail sales were way up. Oh, side note, guys. If you guys haven't followed my Twitter, please do. I am at 951 followers. This is huge. 1,000 will be huge. It's not a lot for a lot of people, but last month I was probably at 400. Put great content I don't put in my channels. A lot of futures stuff I do post here. So if you guys want to give it a follow, I do some commentary. Like I wrote this. Do you think we would have a dump the market the second half of the day for 3 days in a row? Right here, before I even posted in my channel, I wrote, everyone and their mother is shorting or in a put on SPY. You know what I do in that case? Long end of day. If you longed end of day, like I said, you should have longed end of day. Would have been nice. NQ 11.75 hold. I went long 11.731. Yesterday I posted this. So at 116 I posted. So we sold off hard the last 2 days at close. Why do I think we pushed end of day? What did we do end of day? We pushed. Picture perfect. I do more analysis. Picture perfect setup on ES right here. Look at this. That's a beautiful ascending triangle. Bounce, 37.55. When are we gonna break 37.55? We broke. Look at that huge push up. Kind of want to watch this for a little bit, and then we'll continue back with Meta. I listened to a pre-market show in the background. He's going over um, what's the market doing recently. I mean, what is the market doing recently? It's hard to explain. He's going on like people going on talk shows on TV are getting it wrong. You can tell Jim Cramer always getting it wrong because this market is, don't try to figure out what we're doing. Like retail sales are up. What does that mean to me personally? Personally, when retail sales are up, means that people are spending money, right? When people are spending money, that mean what's up, Brad? Does that mean the economy's better if people are spending money? Technically, yeah. But when people are spending money, what happens? Supply drops, demand increases, inflation. So with retail sales up, people spend money, which is, people are spending money. That's good for our market. That's good for economy up, right? That's why they did the stimulus, because they wanted us to go out and spend money. They wanted money to go through our economy, keep everything flowing. Once, we start sitting at home, with a year supply of food, not going out, not spending money at, restaurants and gas stations, how much. But, you know, but all this creates what? Demand. Demand up, right? The more we spend, the more we demand, which also means, this is weird what I'm doing, with demand up, what are we having already? We're having supply issues. So supply issues even going down. So with our supply going down, what happens? Inflation. Okay? What happens with inflation? What happens with inflation? rates increase. With rates increase, what happens there? Market down. See how this is all lining up? Like, this is so weird. That's why it's hard to predict this. Like, jobs, like with jobs, you have jobs. Jobs are getting better. So what? Let's try to nail this one down. Jobless claims. So you have jobless claims are going up, okay? Which means more people are unemployed, which is bad for our market. Bad for market. Jobless claims are bad for market, bad for the economy. They don't raise rates, right? See how all this is weird? So half the sense doesn't half this thing doesn't make. That's the thing. That's why good news is bad news, bad news is good news. Like, it's really hard to figure out what the freak is going on. All right, let's go back to Meta. Meta could get a little push today because you had pins. Someone took a good position in pins. Closed at 70.5. It's at 20. Pins, Snap, Meta, Twitter all use ads, so they all sometimes run together. So got Microsoft, former support right there. NVIDIA. There's NVIDIA. Look at how many times it touched. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. We broke above, and what did we do when we broke above? We flagged. We have 160 calls. Let's see. I don't think we're going to get that high, though. I might have to chuck up of a loss. Try to sell it when we push up a little bit. So, pretty decent. It was about time. Should have went a week out on this. I wrote here 153.5 huge resistance. We're flagging. Oh, I did this last night. We're flagging. So we kind of have a. Is that that's not a daily gap. 157 supply. So decent push Tesla. And Tesla, 686 hold. I don't know what that is. big thing is we could possibly get a little squeeze if we break that 729, 728 level. We should have a nice push up to 752. That should be a beautiful. So that's pretty big on my top of my watch list. Oh, Brad, I'm gonna send you a message. So Tesla, yeah, definitely watch that. Could see a nice little squeeze. Here's our monthly volume. So you break here, you can tell we have just this little volume node, and then nothing, and then up to this volume. Um, oh wow, market's pushing. Right down, I say initial move down. Well, I want overnight highs, 3809. All right, well, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Good luck today. Like I said, let's watch. We need a 3832. We need to see what's up here. We need to get over the CPI. Kind of this area right here. But this news, main thing with the news is we gotta see how it reacts to the actual market open. This is the first time we are pumping with the news, so let's see if we dump during the market, because right before we were dumping with the news and then pumping in the market. So are we gonna be opposite? But appreciate you guys. Y'all have a wonderful Friday.